Okay, saludos everybody. Welcome back. We got a double shot today. We had Lidia Flores on at noon, and right now we're gonna have a lovely, lovely lady. I'm gonna tell you how I got to know this lady. I was doing the countdown, video countdown for Tejano TV with Mas Chingon Radio with Juan Mendoza Jr. Saludos to them. And I had never, I was just getting back into the swing of things, and I saw her video and I became an instant fan. And Norma, she's a MIA right now, can't see her, but I'm sure she'll be on. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's happening today. If you're out here in San Antonio, go support Danny Ramos's niece. She had an aneurysm. I believe she's a teenager. She's a youngster. So they're doing a fundraiser for her out there in H&R Ice House out there in San Antonio. So if you're out there and looking for something to do, that's somewhere to go. If not, you're going to go later on tonight to the Jewel and with Jesse Torres and La Doña Chingona raid, Doña Chingona are going to have their top five announced at the Jewel. I will perform there live. I will hope for top five, but you know what? I'm happy to have been uh, nominated. So I'm real happy about that. So if you're looking for something to do, those are things to do. Come see me out there. I'll have some merch and we'll see you out there. Now I'm still waiting for Norma. In the meantime, it's going to be like a little bit of a surprise. I'm going to show you first how I fell in love with this lady and everything that she's doing. I'm just a fan, first of all. So let's go and watch, and you will see. For those of you know, if you know, you know.
No importa cuánto tiempo pasará, no importa lo que digan los demás. Si tú estás conmigo, no importa nada más. Tus besos me enseñaron tu pasión. Y yo que te entregué mi corazón. La noche no termina si tú me das tu amor. Por tu amor, yo soy quien soy. Contigo tengo todo. No me falta nada. Sigo enamorada. Por tu amor, todo lo doy para estar juntos siempre. Me siento amada, más enamorada. Estoy hipnotizada con tu voz. Camino entre las nubes y algodón. Te quiero tanto, tanto, mi rayito del sol. Por tu amor, yo soy quien soy. Contigo tengo todo. No me falta nada. Sigo enamorada. Por tu amor, todo lo doy para estar juntos siempre. Me siento amada, más enamorada.
Now, if you're wondering, like I was, who is this person and where has she been? Because she is awesome. Welcome to the stage, Miss Angelica
Hello,
Alcoser.
hello. How is everybody? How are you today, Gigi?
Saludos. Thank
Saludos.
you for coming into Giras y Desveladas for our 2 p.m. show.
Yes, ma'am.
Honestly, I when I saw that video, I was like, where has this woman been? I mean, what is going? I am so out of the loop, and I just thought you're so fresh, so
Thank
wonderful. Your
you.
vocals are awesome. That song was awesome. The video is awesome. I became an instant fan. So tell us about Angelica Alcocer as we wait for Norma. Hopefully Norma's out there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Norma. So
Norma, where are you?
yeah, Norma.
Um,
So go
Well,
ahead.
I've been singing for many years. I started singing as a little girl in elementary school, and then I sang in church, and then in my early 20s I started singing professionally. And then I did that for about 6 or 7 years. I quit for about 13, 14 years to raise my kids. And then I started back into music about 10 years ago, but I did it in the English market. So I have a band called Velvet, and it's a top 40 band here in San Antonio. And been doing a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of parties, and then in right during the big freeze that we had in 2021, at the beginning of 2021, a friend of mine who I met from the English cover world. He's from Colorado. He had written a song that he wanted me to just put my voice on, because he wanted to sell the song to other people like in Los Angeles. So it was just a guide to sell, a track that he wanted to prep the song so that he could, propose it to somebody else and sell it. So I went into a studio here in San Antonio, um, and I met Mr. Contreras. And so from there, he asked, "Have you ever thought of recording music?" And I said, "No, I never, I, I've never even thought about it. It was never something that came to my mind." And so he says, "Well, let's do it." That, so that was around March 2021. Right after the freeze, we started working on my first album, which is the Girls Night album. And so then I think 2021, 2022, I won a new female vocalist with the TMA, the Tejano Music Awards. And that was such a great honor. I was just so honored to be awarded that. And then in late 2022, I started working on our second EP. Well, Tweet and I formed Grupo Moneda. Tweet Juarez is a accordion player. You guys all, if y'all don't know him, you see us together all the time. I met him when I was working on my first album. And so we were really good friends for about 6 or 7 months, 7 or 8 months. And then in 2022, we decided we wanted to form a band together. And so we formed Grupo Moneda. So I started off as Angelica Alcoser, girls' night, solo artist. And then we formed Grupo Moneda. So now it's Angelica y Grupo Moneda. So it just kind of happened like that, just out of, it wasn't anything that
Just
was planned.
organically,
Just
just
for, yeah, it just happened, and here we are. In late 2022, we started working on our first Grupo Moneda EP, which was called Karma. I hope you've had a chance to listen to that.
we
And
will.
Yeah, and so Karma was, the thing. And I want to give a shout out to the Valley. I also won new female vocalist at the My Tejano Awards. That's in the
Oh yes,
Valley.
over there in
So
yeah, in town.
I did.
Mission.
I was honored to receive that award my first year in Tejano music, and then so Karma came out. We won an award at the Tejano Mundial here recently for our song Karma.
Oh,
So
cool.
so just things have been going. We've been gigging. We had an opportunity to perform at the Mexican Fiesta in Wisconsin. We've been to Colorado. We've been to Arizona. We've been to
Have you been to Michigan?
hi.
Hi,
Angelica,
I
Norma.
nice to
actually
see
have.
you.
They called me from Michigan last
Oh,
week,
wee.
so fingers crossed. We gave them a rate, and so we'll see. We'll see if we head out there. So we have some things in the works. We'd love to. We want to do it. We'd love to come to Michigan. So tell all your people we're ready to be out there. So
Yeah.
yes.
Awesome.
Hi,
Open doors,
Norma.
open doors. Amen.
Yes, in the
Amen.
name of Jesus.
That's right. Well, that's that's how I felt like your sound, your voice, that song, who now that one Por tu amor, who did the arrangements on that music?
Well, for our songs on the Karma EP, Papo Lorenzo Banda, he did all the arrangements between he and Tweet together. We went to Corpus Christi and worked with Papo. Papo is Ellie Arena's bass player,
Right.
and their technician. They've done a lot of. He's been with her for a very very long time, and so Papo Tweet knew Papo from the Elida days when he was with Elida. And so it was one of those things where, we had this friendship, and now Papo and Tweet and I have become very good friends. And so, so he arranged all of the music on the Karma EP. And it was just a fun experience. Every time we were in the studio, they love to pick, he loves to pick on me and Tweet together between the two. They're always picking on me
Are
and
they
stuff. So
bullying
it was
you?
fun. Huh? Oh yeah, they do. Not really. It's playful. It's fun.
That's
It's fun.
good. No, it's good. I think in the music business, you need to have a certain just kind of laugh things off, because some
Oh
crazy
yeah, you
things will
do.
happen. Crazy.
Definitely.
So yeah, definitely. Norma, you got questions for what was the other song, Angelica, while I look for it?
Well, Karma is a mariachi song off of
Okay.
the Karma EP, and that is the song that we won our Tejano Mundial award this past year, in February of 2025, off of the mariachi song Karma, which was the title track of the EP itself.
But
So,
this girl can sing anything.
we were talking
She
about.
can sing. Got
Thank you, Norma.
vocals. She's
Thank
got
you.
vocals.
Thank you.
Still
We
chewing that gum?
yeah. I love to sing all music.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was telling Gigi, I come from the cover world, the English cover world.
Yeah.
And so singing original music was different for me. You don't have anyone you can copy. You have to
Make
develop
your
your
own.
original. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
develop your own sound, your original sound. And what I love about Tweet and I being self-funded, I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, a lot of our gig money goes right back into studio time and investing in the group. But the fun thing about that is we get to pick and choose what you want to do. You get to pick the songs that you want to do, the style that you want to do it, the people that you want to work with, and we're still developing that sound that is Grupo Moneda. And so I'm so excited about this next EP. La Casa de Moneda is the title of our EP. And I was listening to it on the way back from West Texas today, and I love it. I love all the songs, not just one or two or three favorites. I love them all. So
Wow.
that's saying a lot for me. I'm real picky. I'm real
That,
picky.
that, yeah, she is. But you know what? I see that you study your stuff. You
Yeah.
really study, and so does Tweet. So, I mean, and then you got a great producer, which is Eddie.
Yes.
Eddie is a great producer.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, and I've worked with great producers in the industry, right? And everyone, I did say in an article that or a post, it really isn't us going from one producer or studio to another because we didn't like the last project or this producer is better. It's just really spreading our wings and trying to experience it, or pull from the talents of multiple producers. And every time I've been in the studio, I've learned something. I have something that I've taken away from that experience. And so it's just constantly wanting to grow ourselves and trying to raise the bar, our bar, not anybody else's, just trying to be better than we did on the last project. And so working with Eddie, I mean, he's an amazing musician.
That is.
Musician. And then we, bringing in Michael Rodriguez, who y'all probably don't know Michael Rodriguez. I don't know if you do or don't. He comes from, I've known Michael Rodriguez for ten years because of Velvet. Um, so Michael works heavily in the cover world, in the English industry with me.
Yeah.
And so, but he used to be with Emilio. He produced, some of the work that Emilio put out, and he's worked with. So he was in the industry back in the day, and so he's sticking his little toe, his big toe, yeah, back in working with Tweet and I and Eddie. So between Eddie and Michael, those two minds together, they arranged this music that you all are going to hear, and I'm so excited. They worked together on Extraña Ahora Baby. And so I loved that song, and I literally cannot pick a favorite that I really love out of this next EP. So I'm telling you, they're the best. Together, those two brains together, they did an amazing job.
You know what? I give you props on that. I understand what you're saying, that you want to enhance every time. It's like a goal for yourself.
It is.
Like,
It is.
okay, what can I do different
Yeah.
to make, I want to shock myself. In some sense, you want to shock yourself and say,
Yes.
dang, I could do that. I
Yeah.
didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
always going to be experimenting, and you're so
Yes.
right. It's not about who you've trailed with. It's like you're blessed that you trailed with
Yes.
them, and they don't understand it
Absolutely.
at times. And it's just
Absolutely.
like, don't get hurt by it. I appreciate you,
Yes,
but
yes, definitely.
I want to see what else I can in this big journey of this world
Yeah,
of music.
right.
What else can I do? And
Yeah,
you never know if
exactly.
you're going to hit international, like, man, like those big art. Well, you're
Right? I
big
mean, that would be
yourself as
amazing.
well, but I
Yeah.
mean, just to explore what
What else is there?
linguistics
Yeah.
and all
And
that stuff that they have.
yeah, and when I first started back in music after being a mom, and I was on another interview, and sometimes I think when we become mothers, we pour everything into raising our children, and we should. I mean, that's such an important job, but it doesn't mean that my dreams ended. It didn't mean that I still didn't love to sing, and that I just wanted to be on stage, and I wanted to sing, and I wanted to do it professionally. And it was a little tricky with my ex-husband at the time. Um and but I had to say to myself, okay, I've put myself on the back burner for a very long time, willingly and lovingly, because I love my family, and I wanted the best for my family. But it was time. Okay, yeah, it's time to see what I can do, because I don't have a lot of time.
Life is life
Life
is
is short. It's
short.
fleeting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the thing with Velvet. I was with another band, and I said, I'm not getting any younger. I'm gonna start my own band. So I think then moving into Grupo Moneda, I came with a lot of experience managing my own band. I hire, I pay, I do the taxes, I load, unload, with Velvet. I book everything, and sometimes, like, someone that I worked with recently said, you're having to do too much, and I am. I'm not a control freak, but I'm very regimented, and, like, I don't forget, rent the van, pay the deposit, get the set list out. I just do
Comes
it.
natural.
It does come natural, so I think that's kind of what helped me working with Tweet, and it helped Tweet and I. Of course, he has 25 experience in the Tejano music industry, and that in itself is, I give him so much credit for that, because he's been in the industry for so long, so he knows the ins and outs of the industry, and I didn't. and then with me knowing how to, manage a band and that type of thing. So together we've we've done this, and I'm really proud of what we're doing. And like you said, I want to just keep challenging myself.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to keep challenging ourselves, and as long as we can, do it. So
And
that's
it's
what we're doing.
it's really cool to see both of you encouraging each other. Cause Tweet used to be really quiet person, and
Yeah.
he's come out like it's a
Yes,
different person. He's blossomed.
he has. I tell
You
him.
brought the best out of him. I could tell that.
And he brings the best out of me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really a lucky lady. But it's funny because I spoke to Sammy Torres. She's from West Texas, and she's starting her podcast. And she said, "I hear you're from West Texas." And I said, "No, I'm from San Antonio." And I said, "But Tweet is from West Texas." And she's like, "I didn't know that." And I said, "Well," she goes, "Well, I'm trying to get West Texas people on the show." And I said, "Yeah, get him on the show." And I said, "Tweet, hey, you're going to be on this podcast." He's like, "Me?" And I said, "Yeah, you." And he's like, he goes, "By myself?" I said, "Look, you are now an artist in your own right." I mean, and I think what happens a lot with the musicians, and shout out to all the musicians, Tejano cover world, they don't get they don't get the spotlight on them very often. And yet I can't do what I do without them.
Yes.
None of us can. So shout out to all the musicians who have ever worked with Velvet or Grupo Moneda. We can't do what we do without them. So yeah,
It's
Tweet is
true.
really coming out of his shell, and y'all probably don't know, and I think that's what connected us. He's really funny. He has a great sense of humor, and we're always teasing, and I think that's what kind of keeps us fun. It keeps our relationship fresh and fun. So yeah, you're right. He was very quiet, very
Yeah.
shy,
Quick
very
And
shout
shy
out.
when I met him.
Quick
that's
shout out to everybody that's joining in. We've got David Vela from Oakland. We've got Danny Noyola from Corpus. Super Mex from the RGV. Danny
yay,
Noyola
Super
again.
Max.
Vicky
Yee.
Vilimon. Saludos to everybody. Welcome for everybody coming in. Thank you for coming in as we listen to the story of Angelica Alcoser. And like I mentioned, I didn't know about Angelica Alcoser Moneda until I started doing some promos for Tejano TV with Matching on
Yeah,
Radio. And so talented. And you're right,
you.
about the musicians. That's why I'm so glad that Tejano Roots Hall of Fame actually recognizes artists like the
Yes,
actual accordion players, bass
yes,
players, guitar players,
yes.
because they go, they're like the unsung heroes in the
They are.
background,
They are.
and they you can't do your thing without them.
Nope. And
So
I will say, I'd love to challenge the Hana Music Awards to bring back. I understand that in the past they would have nominations for different musicians, keyboard players, accordion players, bass players, that type of thing. I think that's important. I think that keeps
it is.
interest. I think it keeps the musician interest in Tejano music. It gives
Exactly. And keeps
young musicians,
sharpen
you
their
know.
skills. Like, well, I didn't make it
Yeah.
this year for best accordion
Yes.
player. Well, maybe
I
next
will
year,
try
or
next year. I
best
think
bass
I would
player, best guitar
challenge.
player.
Yeah, I think we should all start talking about it, and maybe Bino and the whole TTMA team will consider that again. I think it's great that
It's
other
a good
award
idea.
shows do um, highlight the musicians as well.
Yes, yeah, most definitely, because there is some great performers
Oh,
out there.
there are,
Seriously.
there are, there
And
are.
you've been through a lot of them too. Like Michael. You worked with Mike Hernandez, Miguel
Miguel,
Hernandez. Miguel.
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 Yes, Miguel. Yeah, we worked with Miguel. We've worked with quite a few. Miguel was
Yes.
one of our bass players. Um, because Velvet, right? I've had Velvet forever, and shout out to my friend Danny Torres. He has been with Velvet for years. He played with us not that long ago. But what we're trying to do, and it's difficult. I think every band, even the band that Tweet was in, ever since Tweet has left, they've switched accordion players.
Yep.
Even gosh, the Iconics had a different singer. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
every band, and these are just bands that that quickly come to mind, but every band, it's difficult to keep a solid band together with the same members. And so I love that we have a pool of amazing musicians that we can pull from, um, and who are so versatile to be able to perform not only with Velvet but also with Moneda. That is difficult. And
Yeah.
so Miguel Hernandez is, as we were now having gigs with Velvet and Moneda, we needed to make sure that the musicians have that real strong versatility. And Miguel definitely, man, that guy can play and
Yeah.
sing, So that's always a plus also when they also sing, because then you have the backup vocals, or the lead vocals. And Miguel would also do some lead vocals. So yeah, Miguel was great. He hated, although he maybe he'll get on and comment, because on Velvet's side, the guys always had to wear black and white. You know what I mean? Like it was a we had to wear, dress up, and sometimes like, I don't want to wear that. I want to wear jeans or whatever. But that corporate clientele, they have a different standard. There's a different standard. And so anyway, versus with here, we can kind of represent the style that we like to wear and stuff like that. So
I know.
anyway,
You had some really, really good photos that you came out for this next
oh
album. I think it's for
yeah,
the next album, right?
yes, it's actually I posted a
Very
couple of days ago.
classy. Very,
Thank
very
you, thank
pretty.
you. I mean, my sister and I were chatting about it, and I mean, I'm buttoned all the way up to here. You know what I mean? And I don't think. I mean, I think there's. I first of all, I don't judge or have any opinion on how other artists choose to represent themselves. I think it's beautiful. Women, I think however they want to represent themselves is perfect. And that goes for how they want to have their hair, how they want to have their blouse, or whatever, whatever. I choose different things, and it doesn't mean I may not, you know, wear something a little more showy. But my sister and I were like, dang, we're all the way up to here. But I still loved that. I still liked it. I still think it had a little bit of sex appeal still, even
You
even though you're
did.
covered all up. 'Cause, I don't know. Who
Less
No,
knows?
you
is
know what?
more.
I
Less
give
is
respect for
more.
you. I give, because you're sexy, but you
Oh,
show the sexy in style.
oh, all
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that outfit was really nice and your hair was beautiful.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. I tried to
literally
do that funky braid.
you did it in a good, tastefully manner.
Thank you. Well,
You
thank
did.
you. I mean, I'm always like, oh, my daughter's going to see this. You know what I mean? So, so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. I was, I mean, we could go into a whole other place with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We
I've always
know.
been like, if you're going to be sexy on top, then be conservative on the bottom. If you're going to be sexy on the bottom, then be conservative. That's kind of been my kind of way that I think about it. I can't be sexy on top and on bottom. I don't know. That's just
You're over sexy.
yeah.
I
Tone the
liked
sexy
when
down, girls. Tone it
I,
down. Tone it down.
I liked when you came out with a video of you and Tweet at I think it was at the Grammys where you had the green dress.
Oh yes, yes.
That was a beautiful dress as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
congrats to just the adventuring out there.
Oh,
You know
you
what I
know
mean?
what? I was number one surprised, and I think the other part when I talk about the musicians that I've worked with, I mean that have been on our stage, and some of the musicians worked with Velvet before I even came into Grupo Moneda, before I even came into Hana Music, but like Mario Ortiz, he shout out to Mario Ortiz. He actually is a member of the Latin Grammys, and I've worked with him before, Miguel Hernandez. I just feel like, and again, I think it's because they've seen me load and unload and rap chords, and they know, book it. Hey, are y'all available? I pay, we pay out. So I think they see me, and I could be wrong. They would need to say themselves. I think they see me as one of them, like one of the guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, you kind of when you I think when you kind of, and so therefore I developed really good relationships with a lot of the musicians in the industry. And Tweet has long-standing relationships with a lot of the musicians as well. So that has helped also. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I was really honored to have been or voted in as a member of the Latin Grammys and then also the American Grammys.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, gosh, I would love a Grammy, right? I would love it. And I think when I say we raise the bar for ourselves, it's just trying to be better and better and better. We may never win. We may never win anything. We may never
Yeah.
be ever nominated, but it doesn't mean we're going to stop doing the best that we can with the music that
Right.
we are putting out. We want to always do our very best, our very, very best. So, of course, I get to walk by Tweet's Grammy every day over there. And, gosh, I got to dust it off every day, but I'm so proud of him that I'm so proud of that, for him. He won the Grammy with Elida y Avante in, I want to say 2010 with the Fantasia album. So I'm really super proud of him. And I think, and he just said it here recently that, while he is extremely proud of that Grammy, he said, I think the pinnacle of his career would be to win a Grammy with Grupo Moneda. So, I mean,
Nice.
that would be
Bold.
amazing. That would be
Bold.
amazing. But the reason really for getting involved with the Grammys is really to get a really good,
Feel
not only
for
to
it.
well, a net, to be able to understand what else is happening because you're networking with songwriters, with producers, with I mean, just so many different people. I've met people from other countries and
Yeah.
other Texans when we go to the mixers and things like that. So I'm enjoying that part of it too,
Yeah.
to just be a part of that as well as our own Tejano
It's
industry.
also important because, as you say, right now, we need to be represented, and being out there is part of representing us.
It really
And
is.
it
It
really is.
is.
So, and actually, I don't know if people know, you go into the Grammys and you can actually become a member. And if you have,
Yes.
if you have recordings out there, there's ways for you to get in, and
Yes.
more of us need to get in so that
Yes.
we have a voice. Because really, right now, we kind of don't.
Thank you for
No.
saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. And I will say, I think it's very. I actually I reached out to. I'm working with Carlos Alvarez. He's also a member of the Grammys, and the only reason that I even knew about that is because the first studio that I was at, Ernie Gonzalez. Do you all know Ernie Gonzalez? He's an accordion player with Grupo Alamo. Alamo. He does a lot right now with Nashville. He works he engineers and with Nashville artists. So he travels a lot. But my point is, he's a member of the Latin Grammys, and he reaches out to the studios to say, "Hey, tell your artists to submit their albums or their EPs for Grammy consideration." So
Yeah.
that's how I knew about it. And then Bappo. So my point is that the industry, our our own
Our,
members, I told Carlos, reach out to Emmanuel J. He just put an EP out. In case he doesn't know that it's time to submit your EP. The deadline is next week, the 31st. I reached out to Joanna Ray. I reached out to the Conjunto Cats a couple days ago to tell them, hey, if do you know, have you submitted your album? Do you have an album? And they said, yeah. And I said, well, let me help you submit it.
Yeah.
So it's not about it. You're right, Gigi, in saying it's about making sure we are well represented at all levels, not
Yes.
only with the
Yes.
TMAs or the All Star Awards or Gano Mundial, but also at the Latin Grammys, and we have to represent strongly. So I reached out to Laura Linda. I mean, so I'm just saying, Magali, hey, did you submit your album? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Conjunto Cats. So I'm going to help those two. So I'm not just in this for me, you know.
Right. It's about
Uh,
all of us getting up there
And
together.
you
that's
know
right.
that's what makes me really happy that you at where you're at. And I pray
Oh,
to God
thank
that
you.
everything goes higher for you.
Yeah.
Um,
In the name of
God
Jesus, we do.
willing, yes,
Yes,
yes.
God willing. Yeah.
Um, because I see you. You just don't think of yourself. You think of others as well around your surroundings.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen her videos, they're hilarious, man. And she does.
On
I
So
love that,
where?
bud.
Where?
look on her
Saludos to
Facebook.
Papuchi, saludos to
She's
Oscar
so
Galvan, Real Me, échale ganas, keep reaching for the skies. You can
Thank
make it.
you.
Papuchi says saludos para ti, amiga Gigi la
Hi,
Chicana.
Papuchi.
Saludos, Angelica Alcoser, que gran amiga Nomás Salazar, desde Cuba. Saludos, Papuchi. Bienvenidos.
Papuchi, Papuchi's one of them. Did he turn in his album yet? If not, I'll help him. One of us will help him. So,
¿Escuchaste, Papuchi?
so there's so many things that it's so nice to hear that because you don't really hear it in the music business that
yeah,
others want to help you out. And I know you went through a lot of stuff to get to where you're at,
yeah.
but it's your hard work as well, mija. And I give
Thank
you props for
you.
that.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
I
Because
mean,
I see you push every day, and those
yeah.
videos make me laugh at times when I'm at work.
where
And I'm
are
like,
they
yeah, I
TikTok? Well, are
know.
you on TikTok or what? I don't know because I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm on TikTok. But I
She's on
usually
everything.
everything.
She's on everything.
But whatever I share on TikTok, I normally post I'll
Up
put
there.
it on my Instagram, on all three of my Facebook
I
pages.
have to check it out.
Yeah, yeah. So connect. And like I said, Tweet is hilarious. This boy, he's funny. And so together, no, but we're a mess. We're a
Hey,
mess.
they're
Uh,
beautiful couples. You can
Now,
see them. They're very,
Angelica,
very
Norma,
beautiful.
let's watch Karma unfold.
Yeah, you're gonna like that.
No digas nada, no quiero verte, me molesta ya escucharte, no te quiero ver la cara, porque lo hiciste, no sé cómo te atreviste a partirme el alma. No expliques nada. Lo he descubierto, todo lo que vi fue cierto, y lo intentes, no me engañas. Todo te daba, di que es lo que te faltaba. No vales nada. ¿Cómo pudiste olvidarte del amor que diariamente te entregaba? Mientras llamaba como tonta, tú escondidas con otra te revolcabas. Y ni me ruegues, nunca voy a perdonarte, vete ya, no somos nada. La vida misma te dará lo que mereces, porque yo sí creo en el karma, y estoy segura que te vas a arrepentir. Porque alguien como yo nunca vas a conseguir. ¿Cómo pudiste olvidarte del amor que diariamente te entregaba? Mientras llamaba como tonta, tú escondidas con otra te revolcabas. Y ni nunca voy a perdonarte. Vete ya, no somos nada. La vida misma te dará lo que mereces, porque yo sí creo en el karma y estoy segura que te vas a arrepentir, porque alguien como yo nunca vas a conseguir, nunca vas a conseguir.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
That's one of
Very
my
beautiful
favorites.
song.
Vocals. Yeah.
Thank you.
You
One of
told
my
him.
favorite songs. Bye, boy.
Hey, look, Norma, Angelica, we are officially an international show because
Woo!
we've got Papuchi, of course, from Cuba, and we've got Luis Baker Fernandez from Monterrey.
Hey,
Saludos.
Hola, hola,
We've
hola,
got
amigos.
Tio
¿Cómo
Phil
están
Talk Show chiming in,
todos?
and Danny Noyola, of course, the super song singer, Angelica Alcoser. Wow.
Hi,
So
Danny.
we are awesome. I mean, I'm so happy that to have you on. It's been a while since I've been wanting to have you on, but things happen.
Of course, of course.
And
It's
actually,
okay.
I booked you a long time. Right now, I'm booking for October. So thank you, Jesus. I have plenty of artists, and whoever, if you know of any artists that want to come on the show, welcome. And I remember we're on
Luis.
Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're on Tejano TV. We've got our
Yes,
own channel, so just get a hold of me or Norma, and we'll get you on there. He said, "It's so well
yes.
done, beautiful song." And
Thank
that's
you.
you're very versatile, and you know what? You are very representative of what us as Tejanos are, because we do listen to country, we do listen to rock
Yes.
and roll, we
Yeah,
do listen to, we're ochenteros, we're
yeah,
we're a
yeah.
little bit of everything, right?
Yes. I will say that the La Casa de Moneda EP that's coming out, it has a little bit of a flavor of several things that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I love rock. I love to sing rock. In fact, at the TMAs, not last year, but the year before, I did Separate Ways Journey. And then
Ooh.
not this year, but last year, I think we did some Ozzy Osbourne. And I was at the Levitt Pavilion last month, and we closed it out with Journey Separate Ways. So man, I
Oh,
love
that's
the
awesome.
rock. I
Yeah,
love rock. I
definitely.
love it.
And
So
I
I think when I first came in, they were like, "Oh, she's a cover singer," or "Oh, she does a lot of covers," or she's doing English. But I love to
that's what
do.
we are. That's
I
what
love
we
it all.
are.
I love it
Yes.
all, and I've stuck to what I do, which is I do it all, and I'll put everything in a show. Last night, in fact, we were in West Texas, and we did some. I mean, it was a crazy night, but we were supposed to do two sets, and at the end of we did an hour and a half, and then it started storming, and so we had to tear everything down, and then we ended up doing an acoustic set, just me,
Oh,
Tweet,
sweet.
and also Michael Aguilar on bajo.
Wow.
So they really loved it, and they were all singing Tragos Amargos. We did Uptown Funk, we did Tennessee Whiskey, we did Ramon Ayala, Laura Canales. We did it all,
Well,
and it was
yeah.
really nice because they were all just right there singing with us.
How nice. And
So
really that's what we are. And as a Tejano band, if you're truly a Tejano band, then you have to be able to
yeah,
play everything, because that's what we listen to.
yeah,
Everything.
yep, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
are.
going
Um
to be
So
in Las Vegas this year?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. We've gone every year, every year. We're still on the fence about it. We're not performing this year either. We didn't perform last year and are not performing this year. So we're kind of on the fence. Of course, we always go to represent, and I always have my chingona shirts, t-shirts. I have a different chingona shirt every year. So there are some ladies that always like, oh, we need to go to the booth to get our Vegas Chingona shirt. So for that reason, for them, I'm hoping that we will be there. So the Latin Grammys are also in Vegas, so we've already booked that trip in November. But we were possibly going to New York. But the other reason is that my daughter is having a baby. I haven't really talked about it. I haven't
Oh.
talked about it, but she's due at the end of June, 1st of July. So that would be the reason that we're not able to go if we don't go. So
And you'll be
that's
like
the
me.
reason.
Look at
Yeah, to be
Hi.
busy with
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be like that too.
crawling.
I'm gonna have a little one around here. So I'm
like
excited.
little
Rick
squirrels
Valderrama
here.
says, Hola, Puro Pedo wants to know where the heck Tweet Juarez is.
Yeah.
Anda
And
dormido. Anda
Verónica la Consentida
dormido.
says,
Uh,
Get
Puro
them.
pedo. We just got back from West Texas, a four and a
Right.
half hour drive it was noon. So we went to bed like at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we were on the road at 7 a.m. Just got in. So I anda dormido. I was
Oh.
too. I had to take a
damn.
shower real quick.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
hi,
goodness.
Shout out to Rick Balderrama.
Rick Valderrama.
He has a really great program. He works with Vantage Bank, and he has a really great program for anybody who's looking for a home, first time homeowners. You don't have to have excellent credit. You don't have to have, a lot of things. Connect with Rick Balderrama right now. He's on there. And the only reason I
Wow.
know that is because he works in the same building that I work in. So
Ah, okay.
connect with
Neighbors.
Rick Balderrama. He can get you or your family into a home. So
Awesome.
there you go.
Awesome.
Nice
There's
hookup.
your free plug, Rick.
Yeah, I'd like 10% on that, sir. 10% on anything we make.
You heard it here. Sign the
He's an
contract.
awesome person.
He is.
Also, Veronica La Consentida says, How are you ladies today? Saludos. Are
Hi,
you back in
Veronica.
Vegas? I think she's back. I don't know if she's back in Vegas. No, mentira. She was out in some fair going on. So
Oh, okay.
saludos to you. Safe travels wherever you're at. Um, I want to thank everybody thank you to Norma for your awesome questions. Rick Ramos
Yes,
says,
thank
thank you,
you.
Angelica. And
Ah,
I play your music. Oh, see, there you go.
We need to
thank
get an
you.
interview with you too, Rick.
Don't forget our new song, our new EP, La Casa de Moneda. You're not gonna. It's gonna be. I'm gonna say it right now. And I don't like to say put
For sh-
statements out there. I don't like to put statements out there, but it's gonna be a no skip EP. You're gonna want to hear every single EP, every single song. And the thing about this music is there's a little bit of secret sauce in every song, like something you're not expecting. So you gotta listen to the whole song to hear what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes it's at the end, sometimes. There's 6 songs on there. And shout out to all the songwriters. About last week, I posted who the songwriters were. Shout out to all the musicians who worked on this project. Such a great EP. I'm so excited.
So let
I've
me
got
ask.
No quiero que me toquen otros brazos or No vales la pena.
Yeah.
Either one, No Quiero Que Me Toquen Otros Brazos is actually a cover written by Beto Ramon.
Oh,
And I love that. And by the way, Tweet Wattis is on every song. Every song is Tweet Wattis on accordion. And then No Vales La Pena. Both of those songs are off of the Girls Night album. So either one.
They're
I always
good.
say No Quiero Que Me Toquen Otros Vatos. That's my joke. But
otros
anyway, either
vatos.
one.
Let's do a little bit of both. We'll do a little
Okay.
bit. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do a little bit of
No
both.
quiero que me toquen otros brazos.
Otros vatos. Look at you.
I lied about that sexy on top and on bottom.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
No quiero que me toquen otros brazos,
Está
porque
chulo.
solo los tuyos me hacen sentir amor. No quiero que me besen otros labios, porque me he acostumbrado a tu aliento y tu sabor. Solo contigo miro las estrellas, solo contigo brillo como el sol. Cuando estoy en tus brazos, nadie importa. Cuando yo estoy contigo, si es amor.
Ajá.
right, Tweet?
All right. Now,
Love
and
that one.
guys, and I'm
Woo!
inviting you to go to her YouTube channel so you can check out. Oh, look, here we are. That's weird. Are we gonna go into another zone or realm or something? And where's the other one? I lost it. And there's you live. Let's hear you go live.
Dancers looking wonderful tonight.
Where's that at? Oh, what happened?
Something told me it wasn't good. When I saw you and that girl talking, something deep down in my soul said, crying. When I saw you and that girl walking around, I would rather go back home.
There you go. I wanted to showcase how the girl. Where'd she go?
Did you lose her?
I don't know. Where'd you go,
She went to
Angelica?
go wake up Tweet.
Right? Maybe he woke up and he's hungry. I wanted to
Uh-oh.
showcase because sometimes you don't get a live performance of what you're expecting from an artist, but she's one of those artists that
She could
brings
belt
it.
some. Yeah, she could bring it to the table.
She
That's
brings it. She
him.
brings it. Yeah.
And she's
So
not afraid to use those vocals.
yeah,
That's
she
one.
does it.
She's
Yeah.
not afraid.
No, I really admire her for everything that she's doing out there, and kudos to her, and kudos that she's. You know what, Norma? Well, until well, let's talk about her while she's not here. What- um, what I really like about her is that we've talked about the crabs in a bucket, how they see a Mexican going up and they bring them down, but she's one of those that's lifting them up. And
Yeah.
that's what we all need to be doing. I think really that's what we all need to be doing. So I mean, kudos to her and her partner in crime, Tweet Juarez.
It just shows that it doesn't get you anywhere by doing this. Bringing them
Yeah,
down. It
exactly.
gets you places when you're picking people up
When you're bringing
besides
people up.
yourself. Yeah.
Exactly, bringing people up, bringing them up, and showcasing them, and
Yeah.
showing their efforts and showing their hard work, and and for those of you that are
And it does help out the people that don't know what they're doing, like me, like George. I mean, we're still new to stuff, and so still we're learning. And when people like that are willing to enhance, to bring you up and better you, or you might know something that they might not know, you're helping. I mean, this is what the industry is supposed to be about. I mean, literally, it's not about tearing anyone down.
there she is.
We're supposed to be tearing.
Sorry.
We're supposed to
I had
lift.
to move. I had to move to a new spot.
That's okay. I was like, we lost it. We lost it. We lost her.
My phone died. Tweet's phone died, and I have this is so bright here.
Hey, I said, oh, she's waking up Tweet because I already bought it. Harassed her about Tweet too many times.
Yeah, my
Are you
phone.
gonna be going?
I
Are you
have
gonna
to
be?
use. I have to use his phone because of all my profiles. So I hope it doesn't die again. But if it does, I'll just
No,
say we'll keep going. But I'll just say thank you so much for having me on your show. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in. So anyway, go
And
ahead.
that's a great,
Sorry.
great cue to wrap it up. We were talking about, first of all, we admire your hard work and everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Mostly, I do admire the fact that you're out there. You know, we see we see it where there's people that want to bring people down, the crabs in a bucket situation where we're, where they see somebody going up, bring them down. But you're
Yeah.
one of those that is helping them up and out. And that's what we all need to be doing.
Yeah.
And
It's tricky, I mean, I try to do it definitely through the Grammy membership, definitely in that way, in that respect. And I'll keep doing it that way. In fact, I mean, the Grammy, there's also a program called Music Cares, that's part of the Grammy.
oh, yeah.
And they will help musicians who are going through a hard time, either medically or financially, or, and so,
Now
um,
that's what actually I have the Tejano Music Legacy Foundation. I just moved into San Antonio, and
uh-huh,
that is one of the things I'm planning to do because art. I know how it is, and we have our artists, and there'll be times when the bass player was sick and he didn't have money to go to the doctor,
right,
and stuff like that. And sadly, I mean, and I'm not going to say any names, but there's been some of our pioneers and our legends who have passed and weren't able to get buried. I mean,
no,
we
it's
need to
really
be helping each other.
it's
And
being a musician is tricky, and
yeah,
I have to give props. I mean, I do have a full-time job, and I have to give props to the musicians who are full-time musicians.
yeah,
um the thing is you there's good and bad. You're doing what you love, but you're foregoing other things like medical, like
yeah,
health
yeah,
insurance, like dental care, that's close to
yeah,
heart health, like, a 401k, or, just there's so many things that you're foregoing. But I still feel it's admirable to want to follow what your path. It's just very
yes,
difficult to do that 100% of the time. You know what I mean? So I was given an opportunity to be a musician full time when I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and they slid a piece of paper like in the movies, that with the salary, and out to be a full-time singer, and I was like, oh, I said I couldn't do it. I stayed with my full-time job. So, at this time in my life, I do have a backup plan. um
yeah.
and
You have
so
to.
so programs like the Latin Grammys, Music Cares, is there to help those musicians who are full-time musicians.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know a lot of full-time musicians, and props to them, man. They are working. It's hard. It's hard work. Hard
Yes.
work. So when you
And it's
see them doing this and this over here with this other band and this other band, they have to do that. They have to do that.
it's how they're making their living. Yeah.
It's
And
how
some
they
people,
make their living. That's right.
yes,
That's
and some
right.
people do criticize that. Well, weren't you playing with so and so, and weren't you with so? You know what? They're paying their
They
bills.
are paying their
They're
bills,
paying their
and there
bills.
is no shame in that. There's no shame in taking care of your
Exactly.
family as a full-time musician. There's no shame in
Yeah.
that at all. And I think people need to stop. They need to get over that. Oh, that used to be their musician, and oh, she's borrowing this musician. It doesn't matter. We're all on the same stage doing what we all love, making some money, and representing the Hana music for the
Yes.
fans. The fans, they just want to hear the music. They just want to hear that music that they love, the old stuff and the new stuff. There's
Yep.
nothing wrong with doing covers. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing Shelly covers or Selena covers, or Stephanie covers, or Lara Canales covers. There is nothing wrong with it. We are here to
Thank you.
perform, and we are here to perform the music that the people love, that the fans love, and that's
Yep.
it. It's no one's
That's
trying
it.
to be Selena, no one's trying to be Shelly, no one's trying to be
Yeah.
the next anybody. No one's trying to do that. I certainly am not, and neither are these other artists coming up. We're just wanting to do what we love, which is sing, and sing the music that the people love, and that's it. And
That's it.
sprinkle in our original music, so people get
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So, and
Exactly.
that's it. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that.
Yeah. Listen, time to wrap it up.
All right.
Norma Salazar, any last words for this show?
Let me ask you, are you going to be in Las Vegas at all? I mean, not Las Vegas. We already said that. Milwaukee Fest. Did
No, we're
they?
not. We're not going to Milwaukee. We have a
Okay.
couple of places we're talking about going to Arizona and Michigan. So those are the next stops. Hopefully on our road. So no,
That's so
you
sweet.
know, yeah, we performed there not last year but the year before. So hopefully they'll bring us back. And I think of course in Tejano music and all genres of music, there are the pioneers and the legends that have represented the industry for a very long time. And so you're going to see the same performers. You see them over and over and over again, and people love that. People love what they know. They love the music and the artists that they know, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I think it's just a matter of some of the events sprinkling in some of the newer artists, and so hopefully we'll be back. Regardless, I am so honored to have been able to perform there already, and so you never know. We'll see.
George says hello. I just saw his post.
Hi,
Yes.
George. Hi, George. I'm so
He's
glad
the
you're doing
brother. So
better.
true.
I'm so glad you're doing
Amen.
better. We were
Yes.
worried about you.
Continued prayers for
Yes,
George.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. So,
All
all right.
right.
Hey, tell
So
Myra D that we said hello because that's George's
Yes,
cousin.
yes, Myra D distributes all of our music. And again, I really, the real reason I want to be on these interviews is to remind everybody that Angelica y Grupo Moneda, we have a new EP coming out that's La Casa de Moneda. So look us up, follow us on our digital platforms and all of our social media platforms. And I'd love to sit with and chat with you guys again sometime.
definitely, definitely. Well, I want to thank everybody that came in and joined us live. For those of you that are not coming in live, they're coming in later to watch. We're on Facebook, Gigi La Chicana Guerrero, Facebook, Giras y Desveladas, YouTube, Giras y Desveladas, and on Tejano TV, our own channel, Giras y Desveladas, where I first where I first met Angelica Alcoser. So thank you everybody for watching. Angelica, last words to your audience.
Just thank you so much for welcoming me into the Tejano music industry. It has been a crazy ride so far. We've got a lot more for you guys, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing what we love, which is just creating new music. New music. All of the music on our EP, La Casa de Moneda, is original music, and I promise you, you're going to love it all. So please, 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 we're going to have a pre-saved link available for you in the next few days. Take a listen to it. I hope you love it as much
Well,
as I
we
do.
love everything
Yeah,
that you're doing already. We
bless
can't wait
him.
to hear that. And our our podcast is Sue Podcast. Whenever you want to come back with anything
Gracias.
else, you
Gracias.
are just let us know.
Okay, sounds great.
Saludos to everybody. Take care. God bless.
Happy Memorial
Happy
Day
Memorial Day
for
weekend to
everybody, all
everybody.
the services.
Yes. And take care out there in the heat. My goodness.
Yes.
Cuídense.
Stay
Cuídense.
cool.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a blessed day, guys.